Hey guys, welcome back here to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Joelle and I am a full-time reseller and content creator here on YouTube, and I resell on platforms like Poshmark, eBay, Depop, and Mercari. And today I have a thrift haul to show you all. You can't see it, but I have a whole IKEA bag full of thrifted gems from Goodwill. I go to their $1.79 tag sale every single Wednesday, and I gotta say, this is probably my best haul that I have had in a while, especially from Goodwill. So I went to two separate Goodwills. I spent $48 total, and I am so excited to show you guys this haul. Most of these items will be listed directly onto Poshmark and my other platforms, but I do have a few items in here that are going to be sold directly on WhatNot. And if they don't sell, I'll either list them on Poshmark or just take them to consignment. So we're gonna get right into this haul. We're gonna start with one of the best items from this haul. This is a rag and bone sweater. So this is a green, kind of army green ribbed knit v-neck sweater. And it was one of those pieces that when you were going through the racks, you just knew that it was a high quality item. So I did my research. I can't remember the exact style name, but I do have all of the product details. So I will put it up on the screen, but this is a fairly modern style because I didn't see a lot of reviews, and along with that, it is sold out on their website. So this does retail for over $200. It was on sale for $110, and there were no sold comps for the specific sweater. I was not concerned though because this is rag and bone for $1.79. You really can't go wrong with a low cost of goods like that, so I'm very excited about this sweater. Not sure what I'm going to list it at, but I'm hoping to profit at least $30 or $40 for this rag and bone sweater. Next up, we have a Lilly Pulitzer dress. So this was another really great piece from this haul. This is the Mills Maxi dress. I do have this listed for $65 on all of my platforms. I did manage to cross-list it, and it is getting a lot of attention on all of them. I am seeing though that the sleeves have a couple of little pinholes, probably from the store tags, but this hopefully will not lower the value too much. I'll probably lower my price to $50. Sold comps were really good for this dress. I didn't find a ton with this specific print. It's a really pretty tropical kind of seahorse print dress, but this dress is fairly popular in a lot of other patterns. So I am hoping that because of all the attention that it is getting on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari, that it will be a fairly quick sale, especially during these summer months. So I made sure to make this a keyword heavy listing, and with $1.79 invested into it, I hope to profit at least $25 or $30 for this Lilly Pulitzer dress. All right, next up, this is one of my favorite items from the haul. I rarely pick up kids pieces, but for the low cost of goods, for the brand, and for the style, I just could not pass these up. So these are Levi's little shortles. I thought they were so cute. They're the perfect Barbie pink color, and these ones have hardly any flaws. I did see one little discoloration here on the leg, but other than that, these are in phenomenal condition. So all I need to do is spot treat that. I also didn't look up comps for these, so I know what you're thinking. This girl is an idiot for not looking up comps, but this was one of those just gut feeling purchases. I have noticed that a lot of my pink items have been getting a lot of attention in my closet lately. That is most likely because of the Barbie movie coming out in just a few weeks at the time that I'm recording this. So I'm really hoping that these will be a quick flip. I'm gonna try to get this spot out. If not, it is not the end of the world. I would much rather get these listed quick so they could hopefully sell in these summer months, but just a ballpark, I am guessing I would list these for around 25 bucks and hope to profit at least $10 to $15 for these Levi's overalls. All right, next up we have a menswear item. So I usually only source my men's stuff from ThredUp with their men's rescue boxes, but I decided to venture over into the men's section at both Goodwills that I went to. I'm glad I did because I found a couple of decent pieces. So here we have these Daniel Creme performance khaki shorts. These have a very good athletic feel to them. I would assume that they can be used for something like golf. I did list these ones for $25, and like those Levi's overalls, I hope to profit at least $10 to $15 for them. I don't have a lot of experience selling this brand, but I have noticed that the polos I have listed have gotten a lot of attention, and with men's items, I never seem to have a problem selling them. So even if they sit for a while, they still usually sell for a decent profit. So I'm not an expert in the men's category, but I'm still confident that these will sell. And again, hope to profit at least $10 to $15 for them. Next up though, we have another pair of shorts. These are Ted Baker London. They are a pair of men's kind of salmon colored shorts. I do need to steam them though, so I have never used my steamer before. I have one just sitting in my drawer. I think that this is the perfect time to start though, because these are very wrinkled, but Ted Baker, very high-end brand, but when I looked up comps for the men's shorts, they're not going to be as high of a sale as something like a Ted Baker dress or maybe a blazer, but I do think I can sell these for at least 25 bucks. So I looked up some sold comps on eBay. They have a pretty decent sell-through rate, and I think that this color is going to sell really, really well, especially during these summer months. And I know I mentioned that this was $1.79 day. Every single item in this haul is $1.79. So that is a huge plus. This was another one of those no-brainers, especially because, like I said, with those other shorts, men's items always seem to sell pretty well. So I don't know what I'm going to list these for, but hopefully I can profit at least $15 to $25 for these Ted Baker shorts. All right, next up, we have one of my favorite bread and butter brands. This one is new at tags, and it is the Express ribbed V-neck sweater. This is a modern style. I believe it is from 2021. And in case you didn't know, brands like Express and other brands like Madewell, Banana Republic, and J. Crew, if you look at the little care tag on the interior and then you flip to the little smaller tag down here, you can see the ID number, style number, and you could also see the date that it was manufactured. So this one is from May of 2021. I will take a picture so you all can see it close up on the screen, but that is a really good way to see more product details on the item that you are wanting to buy or that you're wanting to list. So for this one, this was just a basic piece. I could tell it was more of a fitted sweater, but I really wanted to find a stock photo so people could see a better way that it fits. I was really happy to look up that ID number, and it pulled up the actual Express listing. So that is one of the many reasons why Express is one of my favorite bread and butter brands to sell. Finding those product details is just so much more simple than other brands. So definitely make sure to check out that care tag. I usually avoid anything that was manufactured before maybe 2018 or 2019 unless it is a really good trendy piece. But for this sweater, I think I listed it for 30 bucks. Might lower it to 25 depending on if it gets any attention, and I'm hoping to profit at least 10 to 15 bucks for it after fees and cost of goods. All right, next up we have one of the better items from the haul. This is a soft surroundings velvet button-down shirt. It's this really pretty kind of dusty mauve or blush color, and this is one of those very keyword heavy listings. One trend I heard about recently is ballet core, so if you ever have any type of blush pink color, definitely make sure to add that to your listing. I don't know a lot about the trend, but I'm definitely trying to figure out more about it. I also put some Barbie keywords in there, and I just thought this was such a fun piece. I have a lot of success selling soft surroundings on Poshmark and also at consignment stores. So if this one doesn't get a lot of attention by maybe late fall and early winter, I will just take this straight to a consignment store and they will definitely accept it. But I did list this shirt for $40, which might be a little steep. One of those listings that I might be willing to lower to around 30 or 35 bucks. But by the time that it does sell, I hope to profit at least $15 to $25 for this soft surrounding shirt. All right, next up we have a pair of jeans. These are NYDJ, which is not your daughter's jeans, and these are the Alina leggings. I will say this is a brand that I have never considered picking up unless it is new at tags, but lately I've been watching a lot of Mohi Beth on YouTube, and she has talked about how this is a great bread and butter brand to sell. I will say I will still be picky with this brand, but something I've been trying to do a lot more is to look up sold comps on eBay rather than Poshmark, because eBay will show you the actual sell-through rate of an item. So when I looked up the Alina legging, I saw that there were a lot of listings, but there were also a lot of sold comps, especially in recent weeks. So that tells me that this is a really popular style for this brand. So I thought that it would be a really good pickup. I don't know what I'm going to list these for, but based on sold comps that I can remember off the top of my head, I think I could at least list these for 25 bucks and hope to profit at least $10 to $15 for these NYDJ jeans. And now we have another pair of jeans. These ones are from the brand KanCan. This is a brand that I am always hesitant to pick up, but these ones are a really good style. They're in like new condition, and they're also a flare jean. So flare jeans are always something I'm on the lookout for. I think the style is the Celestine, if I'm not mistaken. Can't quite remember off the top of my head, but I will put all the product details up on the screen. But this is another one of those jeans that for $1.79, I just couldn't pass it up for the brand. So I believe I listed these for $40, maybe $35, but this is a pair of jeans that I hope to profit at least $15 to $25 for. One thing I have noticed during these summer slowdown months, June was one of my worst months of reselling, and it was very disappointing, but when I was looking at my sales, I noticed that I was selling a lot of bread and butter items for around that $15 to $30 range. So I am very happy sourcing these items because even though they're not going to bring a huge profit per item, I am okay with selling a high volume amount of them, especially during these summer months. And then once the fall rolls around, I'm going to work on raising that average sales price again. So for these jeans, I would probably accept offers for as low as 20 bucks. And they did have a pretty decent sell-through rate as well. So hopefully that'll be a good sale. Next up though, we have another pair of denim. This is Eloquii, and it is this denim midi skirt. It is so fun, very trendy. It has these side slits that go up about 12 inches. And Eloquii is a brand that I am always on the lookout for. I've talked about it in a lot of recent videos, but I have a lot of trouble finding any type of plus size clothing at my thrift stores. Usually it's really scarce and I just don't want to go through it and take away from people who are actually shopping for themselves. So I do typically avoid the section, but the Goodwills that I went to had a lot more plus size clothes, so I was able to pick up a couple of pieces. But this skirt, I believe I had listed for 30 bucks. I did see a lot of listings. I did not look up sold comps because I've seen a lot of good things about Eloquii on both Poshmark and even on WhatNot. So I'm hoping that it will sell for at least 15 bucks. It's one of those pieces that I'm willing to let go of for lower because I didn't look up a lot of sold comps and because I just paid so little for it. But once it sells, I hope to profit at least $10 to $15 for this denim midi skirt. But I see a lot of denim midi and maxi skirts. It is a huge 2023 fashion trend, so definitely be on the lookout for it when you are out sourcing. And because this is a good trending item, I'm hoping that it sells fairly quick. All right, next up we have another men's item from the North Face. So these are just a plain pair of black nylon shorts. This is a brand that I hardly see at the thrift stores, and usually it is marked up when I do. So I was very happy to find these shorts, and I have these listed for either 25 or 30 bucks, but these are in like new condition. I'm actually not sure if they're swim trunks or if they're regular shorts. They're not lined, which leads me to believe that they're just regular activewear shorts, but I did put in the listing that they could be interchangeable. And for these shorts, like a lot of other items in this haul, I hope to profit at least 10 to 15 bucks for them. This was one of those no-brainer pieces though, because the North Face is a great bread and butter brand to sell. I've had a lot of luck selling men's stuff versus women's stuff too in this brand, so hopefully this will have a pretty decent sell-through rate. All right, next up, this is a brand that I have experienced selling one time. I picked it up though because I thought it was a really fun, unique piece. So for $1.79, I have this fresh produce full zip yellow jacket. It has a really fun little tropical pattern with flowers and fish, and it's 100% cotton. So great for the spring and summer. It's a really lightweight, breezy feel. And this is one of those listings that is very keyword heavy. So I'll definitely make sure to share the description with you guys. I listed this one for 25 bucks, and the fresh produce item that I previously sold, I probably sold it about 5 or 6 months ago at this point, but it was a kind of bluish purple sweatshirt. It did have a little fish on it. I'm definitely seeing a common trend for this brand, but that one sold for I think 20, maybe 25 bucks and free shipping on Poshmark. So it did get a lot of attention. I'm hoping I have the same outcome for this one, and hopefully by the time it sells, I will profit at least 10 to 15 bucks for this fresh produce jacket. All right, next up, this is one of my favorite items from this haul, mostly because it is vintage. So this is Gap Factory, which usually brings the value down, but these are khaki cargo pants, and they are from 1998. And Gap is one of those brands like Express, Madewell, and J. Crew that when you look under their care tag, they will have another tag that shows when the item was manufactured. I was not expecting them to have a tag like that from 1998, but this one was made in November of 98. So kind of weird because I was born in August of 1998, so I am just a few months older than these pants, but I thought that that was just so fun. I'm not very experienced selling any type of vintage or Y2K items, so I'm not the best at dating it. So it was nice to know that I don't have to do a ton of research on these because they have the exact date that it was made here. But these had a couple of little ink marks on the back pockets. Other than that, they're in phenomenal condition. Cargo pants is another one of those huge trends in 2023. Definitely make sure to be on the lookout for them. These ones seem to have a little bit of a boot cut on them, and they're probably a mid-rise. So I'm hoping that these do really well and that I get a quick flip for them. I have no clue what I'm going to list them at, and it was another one of those things that I didn't look up sold comps because it was a no-brainer with the style and the fact that they are vintage. But just a ballpark, I would hope that I could profit at least $15 to $25 for these Gap cargo pants. And let's see what we have next. We have another pair of pants. These are from American Eagle, and they are the Next Level Stretch Joggers. So these are kind of like a chambray fabric, really pretty maroon color, and there's one small spot on here that I think I can treat with some Dawn dish soap. Other than that, these are in excellent condition. American Eagle is one of those brands that I rarely see as the color tag sale of the week, but in my experience with selling any type of American Eagle jeans, I will typically profit at least $10 to $15 per pair. I usually sell them for around 20 to 25 bucks on Poshmark. For these ones, I'll probably list them for 25 bucks and hope to profit around the same amount. And I actually forgot American Eagle is another one of those brands that has the little date tag on here. These ones are from May of 2021. So definitely a pair that I could take to consignment and I think they would accept it. But I do think that these will be a pretty decent sale on Poshmark. I've never had any trouble selling any type of American Eagle jeans. These kind of fall in a similar category. I know they are a different color than your typical blue denim, but they are a jogger style, great casual piece. And since they are from 2021, I should be able to find a lot of product details on them. So overall, I am confident these will be a pretty decent sale. And next up we have, I don't know a lot about this jacket. The brand is Z Cavarici. It's a size 1, which is typically a junior size, but this is definitely oversized. And it is just this olive green corduroy jacket. When I saw sold comps, I saw them for around that $15 to maybe $30 range. But those were for corduroy jackets from this brand that were a little bit out of style. This one is a great style. It is slightly cropped, definitely looks like a denim jacket. So I think that this is a great style to sell. I could probably list it for around 30 or 35 bucks. Overall though, I thought this was a really great style to sell. So like a lot of these pieces, I hope to profit at least $10 to $20 after fees and cost of goods. All right, we have no more than 10 items left to share. I will say that the last 5 or 6 pieces I'm going to go through really quick because those are items I'm going to be putting on WhatNot. But we do have a few items left that will still be going on Poshmark. This one is new at tags and the brand is Robbie B. Robbie B is sold a lot at department stores. Not always a big BOLO brand, but if you find the right style, it would still sell really well. This is a fairly modern piece. It is a really pretty crushed velvet red dress. I picked this up obviously because it was new at tags, but I also thought that it would be a great style for maybe a fall or winter wedding. I know right now a lot of people are only thinking about summer. I definitely am because it is about 90 degrees out right now, but I do think that this is still a great piece that will hopefully sell quick because I think a lot of people are going to start thinking about those fall weddings coming up. But I saw that this is sold out on Macy's website. I didn't find a lot of product details other than that. Didn't look up sold comps because this is a great style and it is something that my favorite consignment store style Encore would definitely accept if it doesn't sell well on Poshmark. But the store tag here says that the MSRP is 79 bucks, but I saw on the Macy's website it was sold out at 110 bucks. So I don't really know. I will base the MSRP though here at 79 bucks. There's no way I would ever listed that high on Poshmark anyways. Just a ballpark though, I think I would list this for around maybe 40 or 45 bucks and hope to profit at least $15 to $25 for this Robbie B dress. All right, next up we have a very fun and unique piece. With vintage pieces, I'm getting a lot more picky because I realized I have a lot of vintage items that have been listed for a while in my closet. This was one though that I could not pass up. So the brand is SL Fashions. That doesn't really matter. What matters more is the style. So this is a mesh maxi dress and it has the cutest little butterfly embroidery detail. This is just one of those pieces that the brand didn't matter. I just had to pick it up. So I'm going to share pictures with you guys because this is going to be really hard to capture, but it has this mesh overlay. It's almost all the way lined and then the sleeves are a little bit sheer. And with vintage, it's going to be tough to find product details, but when I did Google Lens it, I saw 2 other listings. One was on Depop for 75 bucks. The other, I can't remember the platform, but it was listed for 45. So I think I would list this for around 40, maybe 45 bucks. And there are also some vintage Facebook groups out there where you can sell clothing. I haven't had any luck. I think I've listed a couple of items in there. This might be one, if I could find a way to photograph it really well, that I would list in there. But like I said, this was a piece that I just could not pass up. Hopefully I can profit at least $15 to $25 for this dress after fees and cost of goods. And next up, we have another vintage piece. So like I said, I'm very picky. This one though is vintage Norm Thompson, which I have seen has been sold at Saks Fifth Avenue. It's definitely a higher end vintage piece, but I didn't pick it up because of that. I picked it up purely for style. It is this long sleeve, kind of taupe color midi dress. It buttons all the way down, has a collar and shoulder pads, and I just thought it was a great neutral piece, especially for fall. I'll make sure to have a keyword heavy listing for this one, and I have no clue what I'm going to price it at, but I would guess I would price it for around that $35 to $40 range, and definitely take offers as long as I'm profiting around $15 to $25 for this dress, like a lot of other pieces in this haul. All right, we are now on to the items that I will be selling on WhatNot, or consignment if they end up not selling well. So I have about 5 or 6 items. Like I said, we're going to go through this really quick. First up, this is Mod, which is just a boutique brand. This probably retails for around 35, maybe 45 bucks, but I picked this up because this is a Free People dupe. When I saw it, I was almost certain that it was Free People. This is almost a carbon copy of the Free People piece. I don't know the style name, but I'm sure if I Google lens it, Free People will pop right up. But this is a great boho style, especially for the summer. It is a lace overlay, and then you have some white gauze fabric here. I think that this will sell really well. Usually any type of boho pieces are going to sell for me. I've definitely slowed down on WhatNot, but I really want to get back on track there. So I am hoping to put this in my next show. If you don't know, I typically start stuff at $5. I might change it a little bit and start the bids a little bit higher for some pieces, but something that I'm still trying to decide. But next up, I have this piece. Sells really well for me. Kind of like that Mod piece. This looks exactly like a Free People piece. And this is something I was very tempted to keep, but has these really pretty kind of boho sleeves. And I've also noticed that my pieces get a lot of attention on my other platforms. So if this doesn't sell well, I could either take this to consignment, or I could probably list this on Poshmark for around 20 bucks. And that is something that when I'm sourcing for WhatNot, I definitely try to get pieces that if they don't sell on WhatNot, I am confident that they will either sell at consignment or they will sell on Poshmark. I've definitely been burned in the past by sourcing stuff specifically for WhatNot, and when it doesn't sell, I'm just stuck with a lot of bad inventory. So I try to make sure to pick up good inventory that will sell on all of my platforms. With that being said, we have another piece. This one is another really fun kind of cottage core piece, but this is an oversized button-down shirt. This is another piece that would sell really well on Poshmark, probably for around that $15 to $20 range, but I also think that a consignment store would take this in a heartbeat, especially once they start taking fall stuff, which usually happens around August. So this one and the other piece, I would probably just start at $5 on WhatNot. That's usually what I would get after those fees and cost of goods at a consignment store. So I'm okay with selling for a little bit less on WhatNot. Next up though, we have this H&M dress. I think this one is so fun. I almost bought this for myself, but I think it would be a little too big on me. But it is this cutout blue velour dress. It is also brand new with tags. Probably only retails for around 20 or maybe 25 bucks, but it is such a fun piece, and I think that someone on WhatNot will pick this up. If not though, Plato's Closet would take this one in a heartbeat. So H&M is something that I would not recommend selling on Poshmark unless you can find something that is a collab with a higher end brand, or maybe something that is a little bit more high end, like a business casual piece, maybe a blazer or a big wool coat. This one, I would not try selling on Poshmark because I would not profit a lot. But this is something that I am very confident that Plato's Closet would take. And next up, we have a piece that I think will have no problem selling on WhatNot. If not, though, I will have no problem selling it on Poshmark. So this is a Fila mini skirt. It's that sweatshirt material. My favorite part, though, is that it has that double zipper feature. So if you unzip it, it has this yellow nylon, or you can zip it the other way. So you can zip it up. I think it is so fun. Activewear and athleisure wear is definitely my best selling category when I sell on WhatNot. So this is something that I will start the bid at $5. And even though my WhatNot is very hot and cold with buyers coming in, I'm fairly confident that it will sell on the first show that I list it on. And now we're on to the last item. This is a pair of Airy offline kind of leggings and joggers. So they're very, very thick and they have a drawstring, but they are definitely a tight, more legging type fit. But it is a green houndstooth pattern, which is a great pattern to sell if you're selling online. But Airy offline is something that sells well for me on WhatNot, Poshmark, and consignment. So this was a no-brainer for me to pick up. It's not always going to bring in the best profit. If I did list these on Poshmark, I would list them for maybe $25, but probably around the $20 range. So I'll keep listing them on WhatNot until they sell. I'm very confident, like that Fila skirt, that it will sell though within my next couple of shows. Like I said, I've had no problem selling Airy offline. It is definitely a great bread and butter brand to sell. All right, we have now gone over this entire thrift haul. Like I said, I went to 2 Goodwills on their $1.79 day, and I would also love to hear your feedback in the comments about this thrift haul. I'm trying to make my thrift hauls a little more beneficial where I'm not just showing you guys what I got, but I'm also sharing sold comps and the sell-through rate of the items that I source. This is the most common video that I will record other than a what sold video. So I want to keep recording these thrift hauls, but I also want to make sure that they have good feedback from you all because I do make this content for you guys. So definitely make sure to let me know your feedback in the comments if this is a type of video that you want to keep seeing in the future. And if you got any type of value during this video, I hope you consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I have weekly videos that range from these types of thrift hauls to what sold videos, any type of mystery box unboxing, and a lot of tips and tricks. And you can learn about all things reselling. But that is all I have for you guys today. So now that we're at the end of this video, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you for the next video.